All right, welcome, welcome, guys. We are going to start in usual fashion with some breath. So let's go ahead and get centered into our space, finding a comfortable seat. You can go ahead and sit on a block if you'd like. You can sit on a blanket, lifting your hips up. You can find cross-legged or have your legs extended in front of you as you start to dip into your space. Go ahead and move the fleshy parts from your sits bones, grounding in, rooting into your mat. On an inhale, envision that breath coming from your root, your sits bones along the spine, shifting your shoulders back so that your chest can lift and shoulders stack over your hips. Close your eyes. As we start to lengthen our breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, side out. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top. Take one more sip of air, filling up, and gently exhale, slowing down your pace. As we focus on the length of our breath, we'll practice our square breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Together we start. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Final round, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Come back to your regular breath. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Start to rub the palms together, creating heat and energy in your palms. As we continue to build the heat here, I'm going to give you a couple different options in terms of where you would like to put this energy, where you want to feel the heat. So option number 1 is to place the palms on your eyes and just melt into your breath, closing off everything around you. Option 2 is to stack one hand on top of the other onto your chest, feeling this connectivity and the energy transfer from the palm to your heart. Inhale together. Exhale, yogi's choice. Find your rhythm. Find your depth. Find your breath. Flutter your eyes open and start to walk your hands out in front of you, meeting me in child's pose. Knees will come out to the width of the mat or hips width distance. Toes come to touch behind you. Your hips will come back to your heels as your arms extend out to the front of your space, letting your forehead and chest fall to the ground. Put blinders around you, focusing back on your breath. On an inhale, press into your palms, bringing your hips closer to your heels. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Your left hand will plant on top of the right hand. Draw the left hip back. Let the chest and forehead come to the ground as you breathe along the left side body. Inhale, gaze comes to your fingertips, and as you exhale, walk your hands through center over to the left side of your mat. This time, right palm stacks on top of left. Pull the right hip back. Let your chest and forehead sink into your space as you breathe along the right side body. Inhale, gaze comes to your fingertips, and as you exhale, walk the hands to center. Reaching out through the fingertips. We'll take 3 breaths here. Option to stay in traditional child's pose, or if you'd like, you can bring your hands to prayer, bend the elbows. Prayer comes to the back of the neck as you walk your elbows towards the top of your space. Breathe into the triceps and open up through the shoulders. If you're in reverse prayer, go ahead and let the hands fall to the front of your space. As you inhale, shift up, coming into tabletop position, shoulders stack over your wrists, hips stack over your knees. Keeping your toes tucked, engage the hand bind by spreading the fingers wide and pressing down into the fingertips and the wrists, as well as the knuckles, feeling your arms turn on here. Inhale, cow pose, flip the tailbone up, drop the belly, lift through the chest. Exhale, cat pose, press down into the palms, round at the back body, and tuck your chin. Inhale, cow pose, shine your heart through. And as you exhale, cat pose, breathe into the back of your heart space. 3 more rounds on your own, finding whatever cadence, whatever depth works best for your body. and settling into any of those juicy spots that come up. After your final round, come back to tabletop position. Engaging once more with the hand bind, tucking your toes. Draw the right shoulder towards the right hip, breathing along the left side body. And then as you exhale, come through center, draw left hip towards left shoulder. Inhale, comes to center. Exhale, squeeze the right shoulder and right hip towards one another. Inhale, comes through center. Exhale, left shoulder, left hip. One more round on your own. Coming back to square tabletop position. Bring your attention to your left hand as you inhale, right hand reaches up to the sky. And then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm comes underneath the left armpit. Look up at the ceiling and then rest the right shoulder, right ear to the ground. Your left hip is going to want to lean towards the left. So you can actively pull the right hip back. You can bring the hand just behind the sacrum, right behind the pelvis to make sure that your hips are level. And then your left hand can either press down into the mat, just underneath the left shoulder. You can also extend the left arm towards the top of your space, or wrap the left arm behind the low back. So we find our deep breath here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Bring the left hand to plant underneath the left shoulder. As you inhale, unravel, right hand reaches up to the sky. Open on up. And then exhale, right hand comes down to the ground. Taking a moment to just feel the difference between your right and left side. Today I'm feeling it in that upper body. Press down through the right hand. Inhale, left hand reaches up. And then exhale, thread the needle. Left arm threads underneath right armpit. Gaze on up and then rest your left shoulder, left ear to the ground. Draw the left hip back. And then find whatever arm variation you took on the other side. Coming back to your breath. Inhale together. Exhale, find the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale to unravel, opening up through the chest. And as you exhale, left hand comes down. 2 rounds of cow-cat on your own. Closing up the loop here. Noticing if you're able to get deeper in any position from the opening you created with the last few poses. After your last round, your feet will come together as your hips come back to your heels. Swing your legs out in front of you and then turn to the side of your mat. So your legs will be wide. Toes, feet are flexed, toes are pointed straight up. You may want to add a micro bend to your knees here. As we're just starting, opening up the hips, you can move the fleshy parts from your sits bones, ground in deep. Inhale, lift through your chest. And as you exhale, gently forward fold. Fingers are tented. I'm not worried about how low your chest goes. In fact, I think it's actually better to be pressing down through your heels as you lift through your chest. And just feel how that stretch flows along the back of your legs, your back body, all by creating length. Inhale, walk your hands towards your hips. As you exhale, settle on in. Check back in with your feet. Inhale, arms reach out to the side and up to the sky. As you exhale, right hand finds the right arm. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend over to your right side. Your right hand and right arm are resting on your right leg. As you peel the chest open, notice that your left shoulder is starting to come in line with the right shoulder. If you want to go any deeper here, you can bring the right forearm to the inside of the right leg. But just take note, if your left hip is lifting, actively press the left hip down. Inhale, come back through center. Arms reach up to the sky. As you exhale, let the left hand and left arm fall to the left leg. Inhale, reach through the right hand. And as you exhale, side bend over to your left side. Left arm will rest on top of the left leg. Or if you did so on the other side, go ahead and bring the left forearm to the inside of the left leg. Actively press down through the right hip and send your breath along the right side body. Inhale, hands come up to center. And then one last exhale, gentle forward fold. Fingers are tented in front of you. Toes are pointed up. Lift through your chest. If you feel that you have more space now, you can maybe exhale. Start to forward fold even deeper. Again, we're just at the beginning of the class, so don't feel that you need to prove anything, get your chin to the ground, or anything crazy like that. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your hips. As you exhale, gather the knees together, turn towards the front of your space. Preparing for boat pose, Navasana, we'll scoop up the back of our knees, shift our weight back to our sits bones. Toes can either come pointed towards your mat, or you can bring the shins so that they're parallel to your space. Lift through the chest the same way we did with that forward fold. And then option to open up the hands here. We'll take 3 rounds of breath together. Inhale and exhale. Keep that chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. 3rd round, inhale, I'm shaking 2. Exhale, release. Hands come to cup right behind the hamstring. Toes are pointed, lowering down to the ground. And we're adding in this core balancing posture that I learned from a barre class. I very much enjoy it. And we're gonna add step by step. So here, our chest is still lifted. We're gonna walk our left hand over to the outside of my right leg. This right here is still a lot of engagement. So if this is where we're at, this is where we're at, this is where we're gonna breathe. If you'd like to go deeper, you can release the right hand here, focusing on that left oblique. Option to go deeper is to release both hands, interlacing the fingers. And for our 3rd and final option here, extend the right leg, and we'll do heel taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. All right, coming back like we did. So we have right hand out, walking the right hand to scoop the back of the right leg. Left hand comes to the outside of the left leg. Walking our right hand to the outside of the left leg. Finding whatever position you found on the other side. We want to make sure that it's mirrored. So either both hands on the outside of the left leg. Left arm is released. Both hands are bound to the outside of the left leg. And then, of course, joining me in heel taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, I feel it too, guys. Bend the left knee. Coming back to Our boat position will be here for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, deep. Exhale, release the feet down to the ground. Bottoms of your feet are planted into your mat. Feet are hip width distance. Bring your hands about 6 inches behind your hips. Fingertips are pointed towards your hips. As you inhale, press down through the feet and hold up here for an exhale. Your hips are pointing towards the sky. Still want to keep your neck engaged, so don't just let it fall this way, but you can add a gentle tuck to it. Breathe along the front of the chest, into the shoulder space. As we inhale, see if you can press the hips 1 inch higher, feeling that stretch in the biceps. And then exhale, gently lower your hips down to the ground. We'll scoop. This time, our hands come to the front of our shins as we start to rock back and forth, massaging along the spine. And you can rock to sit and then come to stand, or you can rock to stand. Yogi's choice here. We'll meet in mountain pose. Feet are hip width distance. You can measure that by placing 2 fists right in between the arches of your feet. Hands are at your side, palms are facing towards the front of your space. We're going to practice with some thumb binds here. So with a thumb bind, we'll wrap the right thumb to start behind the left. So it's like this. Hard to show you, but I'm doing my best. Wrap the right thumb behind the left. And as you inhale, bring the hands up to the sky. So I'm just getting on my knees just to show you guys how you want to do this. But as you inhale, you lift the chest up and then pull your palms back. And that's going to help you feel an opening in the shoulder and in the chest. So we're doing the standing. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lift the palms back. And as you exhale, side bend over to your right side. Actively press down through the left hip. Breathe along the left side body. Inhale comes back through center. Switch out the thumbs, so left thumb wraps behind right. And then as you exhale, side bend over to your right side. Left side. Inhale, come back to center. As we reset, we'll cactus the arms back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold, chest to leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Staying here for a breath. Spread your fingers wide, pressing into every point of your hand. Holding for the exhale. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. And exhale, down dog, press the hips up and back. Our first down dog of practice, so giving you some time here just to feel out your space. You can pedal out the feet, wag your tail, shifting your hips side to side. We're going to go through 3 rounds of that. 2 more rounds of it, so 3 total. The next 2 rounds, we're going to go a little bit quicker, just adding our breath to movement, speeding it up a little bit to get our heart rate going. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. Exhale, step your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, chest to leg. Inhale, arms reach out to the side and up to the sky. Go ahead and look up, clasping the right thumb behind the left. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, side bend over to your right side. Inhale, come through center. Look up to switch out the thumbs. Left thumb behind right. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, come through center. Unlock the thumbs. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, gaze comes up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back. High plank. Hold here for a full breath. Inhale. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, down dog. One breath together. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, full body extension. Arms reach up to the side and up to the sky. Look up at your thumbs, clasping right thumb behind left. Inhale, draw the palms behind you. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, come to center, switch out the thumbs. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, fold forward, chest to leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, engage. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. As you exhale, press the hips up and back. Down dog. 3 rounds of breath together, giving us an opportunity to create heat while in stillness. Always inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. As you side on out. Inhale, right leg rises behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step your right foot forward, preparing for crescent lunge. You can widen out your stance by heel-toeing the right foot towards the outside, the right side of your mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead and press your down into your right foot, shoulders stack over your hips, arms reach up to the sky. Here in this crescent pose, it's very easy just to dump into our back leg, not really keeping it engaged. So actively press down through the ball of the left foot, putting on that yoga high heel, and feel your left quad turn on. Inhale, gaze comes up. Wrap the left thumb behind the right, binding our thumb bind once more. Inhale, palms come back, open through the chest. And as you exhale, side bend over to your right side. Let that long breath move from the left hip flexor up through the left side body. Using your inhales to identify any tension you're holding on to, and exhales to melt that tension away. Inhale, hands come back to center. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Step the left foot forward slightly. Rotate the left foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Your right toes are still pointed towards the top of your space as we find warrior one position. Hands come to your hips. Gently draw your right hip back as you press the left hip forward. And then once you've settled into your space, your arms can reach up to the sky. A lot of thoughts, a lot of movement. It's kind of hard sometimes just sitting in stillness after going through our Sunday practice. Try to find a space on the floor that's not moving if you're trying to quiet your mind, or just count how long your inhales take and how long your exhales take. On an exhale, hands come to low back, finding a bind. You can interlace your fingers, or if this is too tight for your shoulders, reach for opposite elbows behind the low back. If that's not attainable right now, go ahead and give yourself some fist bumps. It'll look like this behind you. So 1, 2, or 3. Whatever variation you have with your arms, use your inhale to peel your chest open. And then as you exhale, fold forward, right shoulder comes to right knee. Finding balance here. Breathing into the right hip. Quieting your mind in humble warrior. On an exhale, let the hands come down to frame the right foot. Tuck the left toes. Inhale, right leg rises behind you. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, stacking right hip over left. As you start to open it up here, you can rotate to your ankle, bend and straighten the knee. Again, using your breath to just identify any stuff you're holding onto in this pose as we continue to open up our hip space. Inhale, right leg rises, and exhale, right foot comes down to the ground, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here to recalibrate and notice the difference between the right and left sides. Before losing too much heat, inhale, left leg rises behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Crescent lunge on this side. Press down through the left foot. Arms reach up to the sky. As you settle into your space, press down into the ball of the right foot, engaging the back leg. Gaze comes up. This time you'll wrap your right thumb behind the left. Inhale, palms reach back as you lift through the chest, and then exhale, side bend over to your left side. Send your breath along the right leg, right hip flexor, maybe like right in front of the right hip. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, hands come down to your hips. Step the right foot forward slightly. Right toes point out to a 45-degree angle. Keep the bend in the left knee. That was a reminder to myself. And then with your hands at your hips, press the right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Lift through your chest. And then arms reach up to the sky. Humble warrior is next. So with your exhale, find whatever arm variation you took on the other side. Settling into that space, you'll use your inhale to peel the chest open, and then use your exhale to fall forward into that space you've created. Humble warrior can be difficult because it still is a balance even while on both feet. Use your breath. Find a point on the ground that's not moving. Even squeezing your hands together or squeezing your elbows, pressing the fists together can help you take your mind off the balance that you're doing in the low body. As you exhale, let the hands come down to frame the left foot. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the left knee, stacking left hip over right.
Circles with the foot. Bend and straighten the knee, whatever you did on the other side. Then when you're ready, left leg will rise, and as you exhale, come back to down dog. Continue to deepen your breath. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze that core in. Inhale, right leg rises, adding on. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg rises. And as you exhale, squeezing the quad into your chest, step the right foot forward. Preparing for warrior two, you'll rotate the left foot so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. Heel to arch alignment with your feet. As you press down into the right foot, shoulders stack over your hips, arms can reach out like a cartwheel, and then settle onto your space. Taking a moment to look from the foundation up. Arms extend wide, being active by spreading the fingers wide. Find your drishti gaze right in front of your right middle finger, and breathe. On an inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching the right arm up and back. Exhale, commit to the bend in the right knee. The left hand can rest on the left thigh, or you can wrap the left arm at the low back. Main thing you want to be mindful of is just keeping the bend in the right knee as we start to feel the right quad muscles turn on. Inhale, reach through the right hand. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to extended side angle. Right hand at 6 o'clock, left hand at 12 o'clock. Your left hand can either find your ankle or inside of the right foot. If you'd like to bring your chest up a little bit, I always like to bend my elbow and place it right on top of the right thigh, giving yourself some space. Not only is this really great just to open up the hip space, but you're also practicing open and peeling open your chest here. So sometimes I like to bring my left hand to the right rib. And then as I inhale, just gently guide that open. See if you can get some more space there. Inhale, reach through the left hand. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right hand frames the right foot. Tuck your left toes. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend the right knee. You can take those rotations or bend and straighten the knee. If you'd like to go deeper, I think we're ready to add some circles with the knees. Just make sure that when you're drawing a circle with your right knee, you're going in one direction for a few rounds and then keeping it even by going in the other direction for a couple rounds. Inhale, right leg rises. And exhale, right foot comes down to meet the left. Using that breath to check in once more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, squeezing the knee into your chest. Step the left foot forward. Rotate the right foot so that it's parallel to the back of the mat, setting yourself up for warrior two on this side. You guys know the drill. Think about moving from the foundation upward. Once you're settled into your space, find your drishti gaze right in front of the left middle finger. This time I want you to imagine drawing the feet towards one another without moving an inch. and feel the low body turn on. Quieting your mind with the breath. As you inhale, reverse your warrior, sweeping the left hand up and back. The right arm will find the right thigh or wrap it around the low back. Commit to the bend in the left knee. Breathe through that fire that's turning on in the left quad. Your gaze can either look up towards the left fingertips, or if that hurts your neck, down towards the right toes. Lengthen here as you open up the left side body before we move towards opening up the right side body. Inhale, reach through the left fingertips, and as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Left hand comes to 6 o'clock and right hand comes to 12 o'clock. You might feel a little bit more open here. Maybe your hand can come to the inside of the left foot. Maybe not. Maybe it finds the ankle, or again, that left elbow finds the left knee, or just above the knee. Think about peeling that chest open. So I'm bringing my right hand to the left ribs. And as I inhale, gently opening up. Sometimes your body needs a little bit of that direction. Inhale together. And then exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the left knee, stacking left hip over right. Circles with the knees, circles with the ankles, bend and straightening. Pick your poison. Whatever you did on the other side, keep it even. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, left foot comes down to meet the right. Here for a breath. Actually, we'll take 3 rounds of breath here. Your option is to stay in downward dog. Or if you're looking for a passive option, just after all that opening, you can find your child's pose. Before losing too much heat, go ahead and join us in down dog. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space, and as you exhale, step your feet towards the top of the mat. Preparing for chair pose, I'm going to give you a couple different options for your feet. So press on up to stand. Traditional chair pose has our feet together, toes touch, slight space in between the heels. And the reason that this is oftentimes the go-to is because it's a lot easier to find our midline because we're so interconnected. So here's a great option. If you're feeling any pain with your knees, if you're having any issues with your knees, you can go ahead and take the wider stance. Again, hip width distance, 2 fists in between the arches of your feet. Either way, no matter what the stance is, you're going to shift your weight back to your heels. So when you look down, you should be able to wiggle your toes. As you start to bend your knees, bring your seat closer to the ground. Notice if your butt starts to creep out and push up. You want to engage that low belly, tuck the tailbone under, keeping that entire low back engaged. Finding our breath here as we continue to build heat. Inhale together. Exhale, see if you can go an inch deeper. I'm right here with you. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, press down into the feet, straighten knees, meeting me in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, bend the right knee. As you press into the left foot, your right knee is coming parallel to the right hip. Settle into your space, and then when you're ready, arms are going to reach up to the sky. Balance is tricky, so if this is where we are for the day, that's fine. It's crazy if you're able to hold this balance for a long time. You're building up your strength in the left and right leg. Throughout it, I want you to keep your right foot flexed. If you want to go deeper, externally rotate your hip and bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Hands can assist in that way. Hands come to prayer. As you prepare for standing figure 4, your left knee will start to bend. As you're moving into this almost like chair shape, you're breathing into the right hip. If you need to grab for even just like a wall, a buddy, a kid, go ahead and do so. Other ways of finding your points of balance, of course, coming back to your breath, finding that point on the floor that isn't moving, and then even pressing the palms together, straight line of energy from elbow to elbow here. Inhale together, exhale, hold. Inhale, straighten the left knee, come to one-legged Tadasana. As you exhale, extend the right leg, flexing the right foot. Hold here for an inhale, and then exhale, cross the right foot over the left leg. Pinky toes align, hands come to your hips. Inhale, lift through the chest, micro bend in your knees, and then exhale, start to fold forward, chest to leg. Fingertips are tented in front of you. As you continue to breathe, you can keep your fingertips centered right here, or on exhales, you can start to walk your hands over to your right side, breathing along the left hip. Inhale comes back through center, and then fingertips tented, walk your hands over to your left side, breathing along the right hip. Inhale comes back through center. Bend in the knees, uncross your feet. And go ahead and forward fold with an exhale, letting your head, neck dangle. On a long inhale, stack vertebrae over vertebrae. As we come to stand, we find our second and final chair pose. So whatever foot variation works best for you, or if you want to try the other one on for size, you're more than welcome. Weight comes back into your heel, wiggle your toes, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under, engage the low belly as your arms reach for the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, hold. On your next inhale, press down into the feet, straighten the knees, meeting me in mountain pose. Hands come to the sides as the palms face towards the front of your space. One-legged Tadasana. This time, you'll press down through the right foot. Inhale, bend the left knee so that the knee is parallel to the left hip.
Again, if you're working through balancing here, just continue to hold this. This is all strengthening. If you did the standing figure 4 on the other side, go ahead and join me by externally rotating the left hip, placing the left ankle on top of the right thigh, just above that kneecap. Hands come to prayer at chest as you start to bend in the right knee. Breathing into the left hip, keeping the left foot flexed, finding your balance, whatever that secret sauce was for you on the other side. Go ahead and try it out on this side. If it's not working on this side, try something else. You got it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to one-legged Tadasana. Left leg is bent. As you exhale, extend the left leg, flexing the left foot. Inhale here, and then exhale, cross the left foot over the right. Pinky toes align. Hands can come to your hips, center them out a bit. Inhale, lift through the chest, and then exhale, fold forward for this forward fold variation. Fingertips are tented in front of you. And if you join me in the rotations on the other side, make sure that you do it on this side as well. It will feel different, so you might not get as deep as you did on the other side, and that's totally okay. But we're going to do our best to even it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands over to your left side. Fingertips are tented. Breathe along the right hip. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, walk the hands over to your right side. This time breathing along the left hip. Inhale and exhale, come back through center. Micro bend in the knees as you uncross the feet. Inhale, come to stand. Shoulders stack over your hips. I want to give you an option for frog or yogi squat. And I want you to think more so not about how low you can go, but how engaged you can keep the low body. So your feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width distance. Toes are pointed out as your heels point in, so a 45-degree angle. As you inhale, bring your prayer to heart center. And then as you exhale, start to bend in the knees to whatever your full flexion is. Again, it doesn't matter too much how low you go. If you're low all the way down here and not doing it, this stretch isn't working for you. What you want to do is still press into the feet and feel that engagement in your glutes, hamstrings, quieting the mind. Inhale here. Exhale, hold. One more breath to hold it. We got this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press down into the feet. Arms extend wide. Press your hips forward with your exhale. Inhale here. And exhale, fold forward, chest to leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping your feet back. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Rotate the left foot so that it's similar to Warrior 2. You'll press up, down through the right foot, and then we're going to go right into this wide-legged stance. So rotate the right foot so that your feet are parallel to one another. Legs are pretty far out wide. And really keep these fully engaged by not only pressing into the knife edge of your feet, but also pressing into the arch of your feet. We'll bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, lift through the chest.
Exhale, forward fold. If you like that idea of walking your hands from side to side, focus on keeping your hips centered as you tense your fingertips, walking them over towards the right foot. Breathe along the right hamstring. Micro bend in the knees will still protect your joints if you're feeling any pain there. Inhale, give yourself a halfway lift. And then as you exhale, walk your hands through center, tensing the fingertips, and then walking them towards the left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet towards one another. Toes touch, heels touch. We're going to tuck, round, and curl so you can bend your knees, bringing the heels up to your hips. You can hold right here with the fingertips steadying you on both sides, or if you'd like, start to wrap your forearms around the shins, reaching for your elbows. Hold tight here, scrunching anything into like a tiny little ball, and then gently release the hands down. Walk your hands back as you fall to your sits bones. Extend the legs outward. Inhale, lift through the chest. As you exhale, let the back rest on your mat, squeezing your knees into your chest. We're going to take some circular motions with your knees. Really starting to massage the sacrum there, just behind the pelvis, right in that low back. You can make those circles wider and get a little bit deeper into your hips. And then as we switch directions, notice the difference that you're feeling in the left and right sides of the body. As we start to settle into our cool down. As your final rounds here come, draw the knees into the chest. Extend the legs up to the sky. Feet are flexed. Bottoms of the feet are stamping into the ceiling here. Just giving ourselves a nice little reset. Resetting the blood flow. A wonderful mix of a forward fold and an inversion without having to get on our heads. Notice the sensations that you're feeling in the feet, the ankles, maybe even into the calves as the blood starts to rush away from them. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, squeezing into the chest once more. Squeezing your knees into the chest, go ahead and bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, shifting your hips over to the right side. Right arm is either out to a T or to a cactus. Use your inhale to ground the right shoulder into your mat. As you exhale, knees knock over to your left side. Send your breath along the lower back. Inhale, knees come back up to the chest. Squeeze them in tight. Shift your hips over to the left side of your mat. As your left arm extends out to a cactus or a T, bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, grounds down through the left shoulder, and then as you exhale, your knees will fall over to your right side.
Inhale. Knees come back into the chest. Give it a squeeze here. And as we round out our practice, go ahead and let the bottoms of the feet come to the ground. Bottoms of the feet kiss as your knees knock open for Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring one hand to your belly, the other hand just above your heart. Reconnecting with the breath that you set at the beginning of your practice. You can choose to stay in this hip opener pose, or if you'd like, come into a traditional Shavasana. If traditional is your jam for today, you'll extend the legs out so that the heels touch, and then your feet flop open gently. Your hands can remain connected to the body, or you can let the arms rest at your sides. Palm facing upward to receive energy, palms facing down to feel that grounding sensation. If you're able to stay in Shavasana, I invite you to do so. If you're ready to be let out, just go ahead and reach your arms up to the sky and then overhead, flexing the feet, giving yourself a big, good morning stretch. And then start to draw the knees back towards the chest, roll to either side, letting your head rest on your bicep. Your free hand will connect to the space that you created for yourself this evening. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, come on up into a seated position. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Taking a moment to show gratitude for every muscle, bone, and joint that allows you to move through your practice. Bringing your prayer to third eye, thankful for all of life's lessons, some easier than others, but all providing perspective. And then bowing forward, thankful for this beautiful space where we can practice together. The time and space you created by joining me on the mat. Namaste. I am here to stick around for any questions that you might have. So amazing to see you both, all three actually, in the house. And you guys have my schedule for the month.